Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Forts, where today we're showcasing Tanya's mod. You've heard that right, Tanya's mod, an old fan favorite around here. It's gotten some new updates for the High Seas expansion, and today we're going to be showing them off to you, specifically the Architect flavor of the Tanya's mod. So Tanya's mod, at least this version of it, has a heavy adjustments to the commanders. We know this, we've talked about this on the streams and such, and one of the things it does is it changes most of the commanders to have a different flavor of it, or something unique or special about them. And in this case, Architect, on top of being a little bit, on top of having some inspiration from the base game, is now also the Poison Commander. That's right, just about everything we do involves adding additional poison onto targets. So we're going to get things like everything is toxic instead. Naval warfare's missiles, cannons, and such fire toxic projectiles, which are basically just damage over time. It's functionally similar to... Actually, I don't know if there's a lot of similar function to it in vanilla, at least not in a direct comparison. But we're going to be showing off what that looks like here. And to do that, I'm going to be going cannons. I could go missiles, but I think in this 3v3 environment, oh, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna stick with something cannon-like, mostly because I enjoy cannons and also cannons. Those are some of my favorite things, you know. Let's see. Let's get this out of here. Let's add this guy into here, and then take advantage of few other things. Toss you back here, get the batteries out from in front, and then add in an additional... We already had an additional storage. This is fine by me. Are we on metal income? Maximize our metal income before carrying on. So if I'm going cannons, basically gonna go with the ginormous cannon stack here. If I go cannons, I don't have to worry about too many other things beyond your basic anti-air necessities. What else have we got here? That's really about it. Portals are a thing. I may have to be concerned about those at some point, but I will deal with them reactively. Portals are sufficiently expensive that if an opponent goes for portals as defense, then I can just go shoot someone else and come back to deal with them later. Going to spend this time to get fancy with it. This kind of setup is entirely not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyways because I can and for no other reason. We're solid on metal and energy. Let's get upgrades going, and then I'm just gonna wait. Build up metal for the inevitable cannon placement so we can stick to cannon o'clock timings, as it were. Or, you know, close to it at least. So I want to get cannons out relatively early, as much as the current meta is to go heavy into eco and then cannon later. I would like to get cannons out relatively early. Get some pressure on the board. This isn't a competitive map against competitive players. I think the earlier cannons will help immensely, at least to have something on the board to pressure. And I'm going to work on getting all of the eco online. And our metal and energy distribution is pretty good. And just because I've just increased our energy consumption with that, I'm going to add in another turbine here. Is that true? Yes, it is true. That is to say, it is true that I'm going to add in another energy production source. There we go. And then we will carry on with the production of cannons. Will, of course, take us a moment for those cannons to come online. Especially the new ones that I'm placing here, the second. Now, what I'm really looking out for is opponents' behaviors. I see a lot of anti-air, which is, you know, understandable. You may notice this new material. This is, I'm going to call it a super door, although it's less super than it is a mildly upgraded door. It is, for most intents and purposes, a straight upgrade to vanilla armored doors while being functionally the same thing, and also cheaper slightly. So I'm going to be using those exclusively for the foreseeable future. And our first cannon is about to come online. I would like to get a little anti-air myself. Put this guy here. This also here. Yes. And we begin firing sequences. See, green cannon. And commits toxic gas. Just prevents repair, deals a little bit of damage. The closest mechanic I know to that is the stasis mechanic, also from Tanya's mod. Shout out to a video coming soon on that. Is that fire? That was an incendiary shotgun. That's rude. I'm adding one of these in here right now. You know, just in case someone wants to get antsy with it. Let's make sure we stay on top of spending our money. And fire the cannon. Again, a little bit lower. Perfect. Much better. Yep, rude. Understandable. I would do the same thing. Okay, we're getting to a point where my energy production is starting to get blocked. Let's see how that goes. Why are you spritzing? Stop it. So we may have to move some of these back, which I will likely do shortly. Going to continue firing at my direct opponent here. I do see the aircraft there, which is very concerning. I may have to change targets to that person rather quickly. I'm going to do that. I may need to drop this. Keep spending our money. Alright, let's see if I can drop some shots here. Yes, yes I can. Not quite enough dropped to hit that runway, which is the target. Ooh, that was a stasis shell. I can tell because it was made out of stasis and is very pink. Let's get one of these going. But for the moment, I'm going to replace you. Yep. That's concerning. Stasis shells don't deal extra damage. They prevent repairs. There's momentary repair deterrent, which is very nice. My team. My teammate's having a bad time. He's going with the internal energy production, the both energy to metal and metal to energy system going on there, which is net positive for him. So good on him. It's also very expensive and inefficient, so not so good on him. But I'm going to take this opportunity to dust our opponents here with toxic fumes, little acid blasts all over the place. Just send him. Give him a hefty repair bill made out of acid. I'm going to retrim our ship here a little bit. Point it upwards as we send our cannon shells directly to the front. Get you sold off. Fix this up. Go with the super stable 4 longs. 3.5-ish longs, however that works out. Okay, so you are aimed well. You are not aimed well. You need to be higher. I'll wait for teammates' projectiles to pass. Beautifully aimed on the teammate. You're a little higher. 3 needs to go lower. And 4 is still high. Alright, nice. Teammate taking the brunt of the missiles. Law of proximity. Those in front get blasted first. You hate to see it. Let's replace the door on this guy. And so we fire, and then we fire, and then we bring you down a little bit. Repair everything. And you also need to aim down. I just got door sniped. How rude! It's a good shot. Let's go ahead and upgrade you 3. And this is one of the benefits of building in this particular style. When something like a door snipe happens, it doesn't cause your entire cannon tower to collapse. But speaking of which, I would like to I don't need to do that. I like to do this. Then we continue firing. 1 needs to aim down. 2 is good. And I'm a little low in energy production, which doesn't surprise me because I have been gradually blocking my turbines here. 3 is good. Well done. Let's go ahead and add in a new flak here. I would like to upend this. By that I mean send a lot of these up a level. Alternatively down a level, but I think at this stage it'd be easier to go up. So we'll do this. Activate commander ability for bonus build speed. Make these come out real quick. And then sell. And in doing so, we get a quick replace on our energy production and don't have to worry so much about losing out on things. Now, it is possible for me to do dual layer energy, as we've seen on some of the bigger maps, but we're not going to be doing that for such a tiny boat right here. Was one still too high? One is a little too high still. And we just keep firing. Shout out to teammate coming in with that ranged fire support. You'll love to see it. 2 is good, and 3 is also good, if I recall correctly. Our energy is coming back online. A beautiful hit. Massive damage. Bring 1 down a little bit, and then fire. That... Did I knock out my own door or something? Unclear. Either way, upgrade these. Add in a new cannon up here. Our commander ability isn't quite ready to go, so we cannot activate it for bonus build speeds. But I will, in the meantime, add in an extra gunner here. Then keep firing. Last position. Solid hits. I think 1 was good again. Yes, 1 is quite fine. Let's do this. I can add in a little bit more energy production there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell you, activate commander ability. And then we're going to add in another smokestack up here and another smokestack up here. There we go. Much better. And really bristling with firepower as it goes. And now we keep firing upon our opponent. And our cannon should be coming off production line here pretty quickly, because commander ability makes it complete, or at least a majority of its build cycle is completed rapidly. Done and done. And that's a lot of damage. Our anti-air is coming up. And the rear player has been eliminated. Good job, teammate, for taking him out. Get him out. As we'll keep firing on the last remaining target. And you can see he's literally melting. Being picked apart shot by shot. The ginormous cannon tower coming in a clutch. You are now in the way. This is why we temporary gunner. I missed. Try that again. We're already zeroed in with these cannons, so it's just a matter of firing. I say as we hit his rear end a bit too hard. That's a good shot. Deep in there. Oh, that is a lot of outgoing damage there, teammate. You'll love to see it. Definitely blew off some of my own doors there. Now these down a little bit. That's a hit onto the core. A little too low with that one. This one needs to be aimed a little higher. Wait for teammates' projectiles to get in. Oh! Almost chopped it in half. Oh, we got a direct hit on the core there, but he's still alive. Took a door out, but didn't hit the core. That one's too low. I think teammates got the kill shot here. No. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Just into the wall. How are you alive? More direct hits in the core is what that was. I managed to hit the door protecting the core and pass through the core. Oh Lord, have mercy. There it is. Clean through. Whew, that's a lot of damage. Alright guys, make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, because we got content like this coming out every single week, multiple times a week. And make sure that you don't miss that next video coming out, because we'll be showcasing all the commanders here in the Commanders Tanya's mod.